Greetings and salutations from the Omnivorous Book Cave, and welcome to 2026. It was a wonderful reading year on 2025 and 2026. I'm looking forward to many new books. Lots more interesting discussions from BookTube, our particular little corner of BookTube, and so much more. If you are new to this channel, and I have got a lot of new subscribers recently, which is fantastic. Glad to see you. A bit about me. My name is Deb. I live in Queensland, Australia. I read books. And I named my channel Omnivorous Reader because I do indeed read omnivorously. On my shelves there's a lot of classic science fiction and fantasy, but there's a fair bit of modern science fiction and some modern fantasy. You have got non-fiction of all varieties, though with a heavy leaning into the biological sciences. And diving. There's a lot of diving books, which I acquired from my marine biology zoology degree back far in the day. I have got a lot of literature. Turns out, these last couple of years, I seem to be more fond of English and French literature than Russian and a few of the other ones. Who knew? I always thought I was pretty omnivorous across the literatures. Anyhow, that might change. These things do. Literature, poetry, the occasional biography. Haven't read a Western for a few years. Might be time. And lots of mystery, spy, all the things, all the beautiful books. I am completely 100% a mood reader. When I am done with a book, I walk over to those bookshelves over there, which you can't see, but I certainly can, that are full of books that I haven't read. Sometimes a book has been on my shelf so long that I don't remember it too well, and then it automatically recycles onto the to read shelf as a reread. And I wander through those books that are there, and I select which one calls out to me at the time, and that's the one I read. So I don't tend to have a huge to-read list. I don't tend to have to-do lists either. I don't really have a strong plan, is what I'm saying. However, some small plans that I'm excited about for 2026 are, first of all, Weird Frequencies is a short story collection of science fiction, though some of them are tending towards the horror. Suggested, compiled and edited by Jake Swick over at Pulp Mortem. And I designed it to be finished, to start reading this in the last week or two of 2025 and finish reading it in 2026. I want this to be my first proper book review. In 2026, I might get there. We'll see. What else have we got? There's some books that I do want to read this year. I very much want to continue reading Terry Dowling's Twilight Beach series. I read some in 25, but not all. Terry Dowling is an Australian author. He's not well known outside Australia, and he is criminally unknown even within Australia. He wrote science fantasy of the most bizarre, occasionally science fiction, occasionally futuristic, sometimes quite quirky, and I think they are all beautifully written. I read 2 or 3 of them. There's more. I want to read the rest of them. I would also like to continue reading Philip Jose Farmer's Riverworld series. So I read the first Riverworld either last year or the year before, I'm not sure, with Chris over from Liminal Spaces as a buddy read. It was a great video. It was a great discussion. It was a perfect book to read as a buddy read because there's so much in it that when you start discussing it with someone, more emerges that you remember or that you didn't think of. Fantastic. Now, Chris and I have vaguely discussed what we might read this year, and there's an excellent chance it'll be Tanith Lee, and quite possibly Red as Blood, that was sent to me by the wonderful Rob over at Alspace. I'm very excited for more Tanith Lee, and I have never read this particular book before, so it might well be that one. Its subtitle, by the way, is Red as Blood or Tales from the Sisters Grimmer, and it's got beautiful artwork. I am quite excited for that one. What else? We have got... I am planning a buddy read with Ira over from SF Words of Wonder. We haven't quite decided what book, but it's always fun reading classic SF with Ira because his insights on it are so good. Coming from an engineering background, where I come from a biological science background, we usually see different things in the same books, which makes them quite interesting. Again, Philip Jose Farmer, I read his first Day World this year, and I really enjoyed it. I would like to keep going with that series before it's been too long and I start to forget it. So I would like to do, if we could manage it, a buddy read with Andrea over at Infinite Text. Marvelous channel, really enjoy it. That might be more horror oriented, or maybe even more literature oriented. I'm excited for where that could go, but we're all both of us busy, and neither of us are that keen on text, so it may or may not happen. One thing I definitely want to read very soon this year is Child of Earth. And with this one, I will complete the E.C. Tubb series, Dumorest, Earl Dumorest series. For more decades than I want to admit, I have been reading and rereading the Dumorest books, and I am very keen for this one. It's number 33, Child of Earth. Again, thank you to Rob from Elspace. I might never have got it otherwise, but once I've read it, it's complete. There will be no more Dumorest. There will be rereads. There will be no more new Dumorest. So I'm excited and trepidatious at the same time. What else? There will be books. I will post the reviews. I hope that some of you, many of you, all of you, only those who want to. Subscribers will watch those videos. Maybe some of them you'll like, maybe some of them you'll dislike. But the comments, I would love to see comments. I love engaging in discussion about the books that I've read. I don't have to be right. If you totally disagree with me, I'm on board with that. It's my opinion and my opinion alone. If you know a book that you think I might like, by all means tell me, in full knowledge of the fact that there are currently 500 books on my to read or to reread shelf, and it might be a while before I get to them. Anyway, happy 2026, and read good books. And just a final word on that one, I usually do sign off with read good books. This is a combination of a really cute little book by Chris Riddell, who is an illustrator, and the tagline for each chapter in that was make good art. I also do paint. Occasionally you'll see paintings in the background that I've done. Occasionally I might sell the paintings if someone's interested. One of them has sold. So yes, Chris Riddell, beautiful quirky little book that he did, make good art. And I think that's such a good comment. It's like, if you are an artist, just do a thing a day. Some of it will be good art. If you wait for too long, maybe you won't do it at all. The other thing about that is a popular song from my childhood. There was this singer called Tanita Tikaram. I don't think I've heard anyone discuss her recently, but I really liked her music. She had a smoky, jazzy type voice, a bit unusual compared to what I usually listen to. And one of her songs had the lyrics of, all good people read good books, and now your conscience is clear. At the time, I had no idea that there was any connotation with religion, which I now believe there was. But I thought, with this feeling of relief, yes, I'm reading a book. I'm enjoying it. What else do you need for it to be a good book? So when I say read good books, I don't mean read the books that I find good. I just mean read a book that brings you pleasure, that brings you joy, that you find something in. Or maybe it makes you furious when you want to be furious. Any book could be a good book. So have a wonderful 2026 and read good books.